Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and we are on volume 8 of the Trevor Henderson Monster Tier List. And we are so far into the saga, dudes. Thank you for staying, and yeah, let's get into it. First up, we got the God of Roadkill. Okay, bro. I've heard of the God of Roadkill before. I've seen a few videos of it back in 2021, actually. And I think I have an idea of what this is, but we're still gonna get into it and read the lore out of this thing. The God of Roadkill is a hostile cryptid and urban legend created by Trevor Henderson. It is a mysterious skeletal-like creature that brings souls of dead animals who are hit by vehicles to the other side, and kills the driver who ran over said animals by causing car accidents. Already, dude, this is like some kind of Grim Reaper type of creature. And let's see what it has to say about it. Appearance. The god of roadkill is believed to be at least as large as a van, if not bigger, and possesses numerous supernatural characteristics. Its head takes on the shape of a bird, featuring a lengthy and slender beak that appears to a needle-like point. Positioned on the upper part of its head are four eyes, all of which appear to be crudely drawn. Okay, I think I have an idea. This is probably an old being that the Native Americans used to worship, and it's so old that basically we just forgotten about it. Basically, but we're continuing with that one. Instead of flesh, the creature's body is comprised of thin crimson bones, forming a skeletal structure that bears resemblance to the upper portion of a human skeleton. However, the creature's neck surpasses the length of a typical human's, and its humerus is also unnaturally elongated. Strangely, the creatures lack a lower half, relying on its arms to support itself on its spine. So it's kind of walking on its just two arms, like that, kind of basically. The photograph captures the god of road, in a pose that indicates its resilience on its arms for various modes of transportation, such as walking, crawling, and running. A sketch of the creature reveals stitches extending from its head to its neck, hinting that its head may actually be a mask. This could potentially explain why the creature's eyes seem to be artificially depicted rather than naturally present. So it's probably more like a being trying to mimic something. Basically, it's like mimicking something like a bird. But the question is, what is that thing on its head, dude? Like, why does it resemble a bird? Specifically, why? Personality. The god of roadkill is depicted as a deity filled with intense fury and sorrow towards drivers who unintentionally harm animals on the road. So bro just chases down the driver who even accidentally kills an animal on the road. That's crazy, dude. Although the exact reasons behind his anger and sadness remain unknown, Trevor Henderson provides some insight into this enigmatic entity. From the available information, it seems that the god of roadkill possesses a compassionate nature. What the hell? Wait, these odds are gonna kill me, dude. Nature, aiding deceased animals into their journey into the afterlife, much like the mythical figures of Charon, god of war, or Grim Reaper. It is highly probable that the god of roadkill's profound sadness and wrath stem from the countless animal fatalities caused by vehicular accidents, which subsequently triggers his desire to seek retribution by causing those responsible for the harm to lose control of their vehicles and crash. Lose control of their vehicles and crash. So it doesn't straight up just chases after them. More or less, it just causes their vehicle to crash. And then the drivers or the people inside just die. I'm keeping an open mind. The true reason for the existence of the god of roadkill remains a mystery. However, it is understood that individuals who come across this supernatural being while driving inevitably end up crashing their vehicles, although the exact mechanism behind these accidents remain unknown. Given that no survivors have ever emerged from such encounters, it is believed that the victims are either killed in the car crash or by the god of roadkill itself. The manner in which it appears on the road is unclear, leading to the speculation that it either teleports or simply materializes at the scene. Interestingly enough, a common thread among its victims seems to be their involvement in the accidental or intentional killing of animals through vehicular collisions or deliberate acts of violence. Yeah, but bro, if you intentionally run over an animal, like you're an asshole, dude. Like if you intentionally like run over an animal on the road, you're an asshole, dude. Like this is probably why this thing even exists, like to absolutely destroy you. But morally, dude, it's morally questionable because it also targets people that unintentionally hit these animals. Like, does it like does he feel sympathy for them, or does he just still kills them? Like, that's a question I want answered. This pattern suggests that the god of roadkill many may possess a somewhat benevolent nature, specifically targeting those who have caused harm to animals. Strangely, the god of roadkill does feel sympathy, remorse, and pity for humans who do not hurt or kill animals, and even outright cares for those who got run over by others for selfish and criminal gain. And he even aids deceased humans in their way to the afterlife. That's kind of cool, I guess. This reveals that the god of roadkill isn't above helping humans who do not cause acts of animal cruelty, let alone human murder and child cruelty, with the latter being true, as he also abhors children getting hurt and killed by others, even their own parents. Wow, okay. Surprisingly, when his child victims somehow manage to survive these attacks, the god of roadkill instantly sets his sights on their abusive parents and attack and kill them out of anger and justice without even needing them to lure them to the roads. Wow. Okay, so this thing just went from it will kill people who intentionally or unintentionally hurt humans to just like a predator hunter. Like, brother, you have my respect for that, dude. You have my respect for that. Powers and abilities. Fate manipulation. The god of roadkill can orchestrate unfortunate events in the lives of individuals. Specifically, his power manifests in the form of causing car crashes, but with a unique condition. It can only be triggered if the person involved has previously collided with an animal. Let me tell you something, dude. It would have been better if this thing was more or less like less of a supernatural being and more of like an animal type of being. And it just like it basically is an animal like creature. And then they label it as supernatural because it's so unnatural compared to other animals. And then basically just like instead of like using supernatural means to like kill these people with who have like run over animals, just basically just chase them down, dude. Like, I think that would have been a cooler thing. Like, he would just chase them down like a gorilla and whacked your car off the road and just proceed to like take you out the car and do horrific things to you. Do not clip that out of context. I was speaking about the monster. No, don't do that, bro. Okay? Omnipresence. The god of roadkill maintains an omnipresent presence. Wow. Constantly observing and guarding every single road with unwavering vigilance. Ability to transport souls. One of the remarkable abilities possessed by the god of roadkill is the power to transport the souls of diseased animals into the realm of the afterlife. This divine being holds the capability to guide these ethereal essence from their earthly demise and ensure their safe passage into the spiritual realm beyond. Through this extraordinary gift, the god of roadkill fulfills as crucial in granting peaceful transitions for departed animals, offering them solace and a continuation of their journey in the afterlife. So it's basically a Grim Reaper type of creature. You know what this monster kind of reminds me of? The head of the monster kind of reminds me of that one Egyptian um I forgot what it was. An Egyptian deity would had like a little bird head. Like, it kind of reminds me of that. I don't know. I'm not specialized in Egyptian mythology, dude, but it kind of looks like that. It probably is. Immortality. The god of roadkill possesses extraordinarily ability of immortality, which means that they are impervious to death and have the power to regenerate any damaged or lost body parts. Trivia. Trevor Henderson, the creator of various peculiar creatures that have gained recognition on the internet, is the mastermind behind the God of Roadkill. Obviously, dude, this is his website. According to Trevor, the God of Roadkill perpetually carries an aura of sadness and anger. It has aura. Okay, I'm sorry for that. Causes of these emotions remain ambiguous. However, it can be inferred that the deity experiences intense fear whenever innocent animals suffer the unfortunate fate of being struck by vehicles and transformed into roadkill. As a result, it seeks retribution against these responsible for the tragic accidents, an attempt to balance the scales of justice. As per Trevor's belief, the god of roadkill is said to manifest solely in instances where a driver unintentionally runs over an animal on the road. What? The backdrop of the god of roadkill's picture is resembled that of Mr. Mascot. Don't remind me of that thing, dude. In the danger tier list created by Trevor Henderson, God of Roadkill is in the dangerous but can be befriended tier list. Originally, he has forgotten in the canon creatures list. It was later reminded to Trevor by a user. Okay, so what are my thoughts on this thing? It kind of reminds me of a skull crawler from the MonsterVerse, dude. Like, it kind of looks like that, but smaller and more bonier, and has a bird skull basically, and friendlier. That's what it reminds me of. It also kind of feels like a forgotten deity by the Native Americans, and it's just like doing all this work because the Native Americans because so it's doing all this work now because the Native Americans basically don't no longer worship it, and it's like it's doing their work. Like the Native Americans are supposed to be like handling nature and stuff, but Native American populations now have decreased a lot from back then. So the creature is like just doing the work of the Native Americans because they're lower populations of the Native Americans, and he's just doing their work of like taking care of nature. And then whenever a human like does it, he just like straight up ice him. That's my take on it. It's basically like a deity from Native American folklore, but like yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. So where am I gonna put it, dude? Honestly, I'm putting it at the bottom of awesome, bottom of awesome. Like it's one of the most badass looking like designs of all time. Like look at this, dude. Don't stand there and tell me through your screen that this doesn't look badass, dude. Absolutely not. Don't tell me. Don't tell me, dude. Like yeah, and that's where I'm putting it. Next, body of a pig. Oh my days. Okay, this is creepy looking. Like, brother, this is a skinwalker, dude. Like, this is probably a skinwalker wearing the skin of a pig. That's my like prediction of what this is. So let's just get into it, I guess. Appearance. Body of a pig depicts a large, deformed humanoid creature that seems to be charging towards the camera. It appears to lack any legs and walks with its unusually long and thin arms, not too dissimilar to Bonesworth. Its torso is small and flat. Wow, screw my reading comprehension, man. Its torso is small, flat, and appears to be melting or separate where the legs should be. The entire body is covered in head to toe, hoof, fingers? Seriously, dude? Seriously? With pink, wrinkly skin that is darkening in some areas, suggesting that some sort of decomposition has occurred. The most noticeable part of this creature is its unnerving pig-like head. It has crooked eyes facing different directions, a large mouth, a typical pig snout, floppy animal ears, and a thin, almost malnourished appearance. Due to its wrinkly skin, the head also slightly resembles that of an old man. Trevor, what is up with you? And having the designs of your creatures resemble old men. Like, I swear it's an uncanny thing, dude. Like, brother, biography. The creature in particular is inspired by a video released in 2007 of what supposedly a real EVP and image of a ghost saying, "I have the body of a of a." Cut that. I have the body of a pig. Oink oink oink. That sounds kind of crazy, dude, coming from a ghost. Hence the creature's name. Eh, These ads are actually going to destroy me, dude. And the caption of the image. From what we can gather from both the video and the image by Trevor, the creature prefers to wander in or around abandoned buildings and that it has the ability to speak, usually to taunt or frighten its victims. This suggests that it could have some form of human intelligence, which gives it vaguely humanoid appearance. Might also that might mean that it is also not entirely just a ghost of a pig. Very little is also known about this creature besides its appearance and its signature phrase. Abilities. Given the creature's status as a possible ghost or some other supernatural entity, it is very likely that the creature is able to phase through walls, levitate, as well as possibly manifesting in different areas. In both instances, the creature seems to move and balance just fine, despite its lack of legs and its hands not connecting with the floor. This is a ghost, dude. Additionally, the creature photographed. Oh, sorry about that. The creature photographed in the video is quite different from Trevor's illustration, being more of a human-like wraith than pig. This suggests that there may be different creatures that speak this phrase, or that the creature has the ability to shapeshift or has different forms. The shapeshifter theory may also be backed up by its signature phase, specifically noting that the creature is saying that it has the body of a pig, implying that it does not normally have the appearance of a pig. Besides its supernatural abilities, its physical attacks may include biting, punching, ramming, and grabbing. Wow. Check this thing's grappling, dude. Like, I'd say I'd fare in a grappling match, dude. Like, I train Japanese jiu-jitsu every Wednesday, sometimes Tuesday. And I would say this, dude. I would say this with full confidence. I would be able to out-grapple this thing. Absolutely not, dude. This thing is not gonna is check. We're going to reality check this man's grappling. That's what we're gonna do. Since it may have the combined strength of a pig, flexibility of a human, and special abilities of a ghost, this creature will be a particularly difficult threat to flee from, let alone neutralize, which is a task yet to be done or even known. Trivia. The creature is based off a popular YouTube video titled Body of a Pig, showing a supposedly real EVP and photograph of a ghost. This video has since been proven to be a hoax, but is considered to be real and canon in the Trevor Henderson universe. While the creature in the video vastly differs from Trevor's image, both creatures do share the same signature phrase. In the danger tier list created by Trevor Henderson, Body of a Pig is in the run tier. I'm not running from this thing, dude. I'm fighting this thing. On September of 2018, Twitter user, how do I pronounce it? CSP Stuff posted a fan-made drawing of the creature which Trevor seemed to appreciate. It is the only other image of the creature that is approved by Trevor. The name Ghost Pig is a deconfirmed fan-given name and should not be used when referring to this creature. Okay, so here are my overall thoughts on it. And okay, how do I neutralize this threat? Number one. If this thing is a ghost, we're cooked, bro. We're cooked. We're absolutely cooked. We're getting decimated, dude. We are getting diddled, brother. I shouldn't have probably said it like that, but that now it just sounds weird. Brother, we are getting mauled by this thing if it's a ghost. But if it's not, come here. Here's the game plan, brother. Here's the game plan. Notice how it's balancing itself on two arms, bro. One thing, dude, if you're balancing on like just two limbs, it is much more easier to leg kick you. Brother, I would say I have a very like decent leg kick. I could say that right now. I've went up against heavyweights during sparring, and let me tell you, my leg kicks more or less can affect them, okay? Like, they're decent, but they're enough, okay? Yeah, I'm leg kicking this thing. If it's a physical being and it has to like balance itself on its two legs, I'm leg kicking this thing, and if it's off balance, I'm just stomping on its face. Like, no, dude. Like, this is not a sport, bro. This is the streets, dog. There are no rules in the streets. So what am I gonna do? It's either I'm gonna stomp on its face using my legs, or I'm just gonna go and ground pound this thing. Like, brother, I'm not giving this thing a chance. If it's actively going after me or after somebody else, I am beating this thing, dude. Like, no, I'm not giving you a chance, Brody. Like, brother, let me tell you this one. Let me tell you this right now, dude. Your boy over here grew up on a farm, okay? Um, and let me tell you this right now. One of my main responsibilities on this farm is to shovel the droppings of the pigs, okay? More or less just to say I clean after the pigs poop. That's basically it. Literally, by the way, I shovel pigs poop. That's about it. And whenever I do shovel it, brother, let me tell you this right now, pigs are horrifying creatures. I'll just say that right now. Pigs will eat just about anything. Like, no, I'm not joking, bro. They would eat literally anything. Like, bro, there are cases somewhere that a pig has been found to eat like human remains. That's scary, dude. And like the pigs from my farm, bro. Like whenever I'm shoveling these guys, whenever I'm just like shoveling and I turn my back on them, these things would try to ram into me or like straight up bite my leg, dude. Like, bro, one time, my dad was like feeding them inside one of their like little cages, and then the pig out of nowhere tried to bite my dad, and he almost like tore his finger off. Crazy stuff, dude. Crazy stuff. Pigs are horrifying, and if I see one that is running up on me and has two legs, brother, I am booking it. Well, actually, no, I'm kicking its legs. Like that's for my dad, bro. Like I'm kicking your legs, bro. And you almost bit off mine. Might as well just kick yours, bro. Like I think that's a fair trade, bro. So where am I gonna put this? Um, Brody, this is actually like scary though. Like if I see this, I'd be horrified too. But like, um, I'll put it in cool. I'll put it in cool. And the origin of where it comes from, like from an old videotape on YouTube, like of a ghost speaking, like I have the body of a pig. Like that's crazy, bro. That's crazy lore right there. And like if you ever heard something like that in real life, like you'd be terrified, dude. Like especially coming from a ghost, bro, that's terrifying, dude. So yeah, I'm putting it at cool, and I think that's a fair placement. Next, the hole man. Wow. Okay, bro. Let me tell you something right now, dude. I have a very very slight fear of a patch of holes. Okay, it's a very slight fear. It's not that big. Brother, if it's like okay, I'm keeping an open mind of what this is, but what I believe this is, it's probably like something similar to that the spot from Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, dude. Like that's probably what it is, dude. Like it kind of reminds me of that, but I'm keeping an open mind. Appearance. Whole Man appears to be a tall and lanky humanoid creature. It has pale skin and whole clusters covering the entirety of most of its body while oozing what is supposedly black liquid. It is bald and has no hair, and instead of having a face, instead there are black holes which cover its entire face if it even has one. But every part of this creature has holes that cover the majority of its body. It does not have any fingers, ears, or feet, making it look like a stick figure in first glance. It stands at a steady pace and does not have any hands, and because of the fact that it does not have feet, it is unknown as to why it doesn't, which forms questions into people's heads as to how it is able to support its way of standing. Brother, it's a supernatural creature. Like, you're doubting how it's standing when more or less it's literally a man with holes all over his body. Like, and you're questioning how it's standing. No, bro, that's we can only see its left arm, which appears to be either be detached or has a big hole in it, which separates partial of its arm, which suggests that the lower end of its arm is floating, which we can't see much of its right arm as it is covered by the wooden pole that covers most of its body. On its head, where the holes are, in one of the holes you can see a small white light which is seen in one of its holes on its head, which implies it's the creature's eye. And in one of its holes on its head, you can see a dark red fleshy liquid which implies it could be the face of the creature. Looking at the holes on its body, we can assume that there are many holes which are too much to count, hence to why people call it trypophobia creature. Wow, I'm having a stroke reading this, dude. Behavior and origins. The creature is shown to inhabit the person's house who took the photo of it. The creature likes to vandalize and form tight clusters of holes around and outside and inside of people's homes, primarily walls. Then after it does that, it leaves and goes on to another area to vandalize. So it's just basically your average delinquent in London, bro. Like that's basically what this is. As day by day goes by, wow. The tight clusters inside of houses grow larger, which causes the house to break down. Regardless of the fact that they are small holes, they grow larger. In one of the owner's house, they woke up the next morning with tight clusters of holes inside their bedroom, and they seemed deeper than it should have been possible. But it was just the start of the abnormal and strange supernatural forces. It is heavily implied that the holes at any time are able to spread around an unpredictable amount of times, which cause them to manifest more and more. It is confirmed that the whole man is the embodiment of trypophobia and pareidolia, gravity and space-time which are on his side due to strange and supernatural forces. His body also was stated to represent the decomposing corpse of a man who was killed by radiation. Wow. But it was somehow brought back to life with man's based abilities. So Whole Man was once a former ordinary human. Let me guess what this is, okay? Let me guess what this is. I have a theory of what this guy is. It's probably an urban explorer. Now, hear me out. What do urban explorers have? Okay, it said vandalizing. That basically tells me it's a delinquent. And what are urban explorers mostly? I said mostly. Delinquents. They're mostly delinquents, okay? Who vandalize places, okay? And, Brody, so here's where my theory comes in. This was probably like an urban explorer who may or may not have went to a place with radiation in it, probably Chernobyl or say. It probably went to Chernobyl, got infected by the radiation, and then proceeded to become whatever the hell this thing is. And then poof, we got the whole man. And I think that's what my theory is, and I think that's the most logical thing to think about because it likes to vandalize. Who else vandalizes places other than urban explorers? Like, come on now, dude. Whole house theory. Due to Whole Man's strange nature, he also resides inside of a house to which belongs to him. In the other image is seen differently with presumably these ads, bro. These ads are actually the same creature. What? Presumably the same creature crawling outside of a door and towards the camera. And inside the whole house, there are deep and large dark holes which ooze black liquid, which was captured on a VHS tape supposedly. But there are more origins to it. On October 31st, 1991, there was the body of a 16-year-old which was named Travis Luca, which was found outside of a building where it was located in Detroit, alongside with his friends Alex Colton, who was 17 years old, and Jerome Landon, who was 15 years old. Both of Alex's friends dared the boy to spend the night inside the building, which was also known as the Whole House. Wow, how creative, dude. Your name is the Whole Man and your house is named the Whole House. That's crazy, dude. And this is where Travis Luca meets his enigmatic fate. The official cause of death is unknown for now, but details which connect to his body have been shielded from the press, which was through an officer running tests and reporting that the scene was on record, saying the infamous Whole House had lived up to its name. It's a house with a bunch of holes in it. What else is there to live up to, dude? Trivia. Whole Man is a man who was killed by radiation and brought back to life. We went over that, basically. It gained cosmic abilities for a mysterious and unknown reason. According to Trevor, the creature seemingly has It has aura, okay, that affects everything around it, causing paranoia and strange supernatural forces. Okay, what are my thoughts on it? Um, I still kind of look at it so differently. Like, brother, it looks like the spot from Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, dude. Like, that's what it gives off, dude. But like more eerie because it doesn't have fingers or toes. That's crazy. So where am I gonna put this, dude? I'm gonna put it at the bottom of cool. The bottom of cool. I mean, it has like a very decent like concept to it, but like I think you could do more. I think you could do more with it, but like I'm putting it at the bottom of cool for now. I think that's fair. Next, Yo-Yo. I have an idea what this is. Okay, let me tell you this. This is my idea. This is probably a. It's probably a murderer. Okay, it's probably like a child predator or something. And what it's gonna do, it wears like this costume like thingy, and then it just lures in children. I think you know what happens after that, and I think that's what it is, and that's my prediction for it. Let's get into the lore, I guess. Yo-Yo is an urban legend created by cartoonist. This is different, dude. Cartoonist Andrew Tsiastin. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Andrew, if I pronounced that wrong. Shen Comics, and was later adopted by Canadian horror artist Trevor Henderson. She is a young girl who. Okay, so part of the prediction was wrong. It's not a child predator because it's a child. So okay, okay, who appears to wear a dirty white flower dress, long white socks, and a yellow dead-eyed bear mask that has been infused to her entire. This is oh my gosh, bro. Henderson's version of her has been nicknamed the Cartoon Girl after her infamous cartoon characters. Okay, okay. Like okay, I'm keeping an open mind, okay? Origins, Trevor Henderson version. According to her, Trevor Henderson wiki page, Yoyo was a human before she turned into a monster. As a human, she was avoided by many times. Other people would think she was boring. Yoyo felt very sad that this was happening to her. After a while, she stopped playing with people. She slowly stopped going outside. Her parents were too busy at work, so they didn't realize Yoyo was having issues. Yoyo spent all her time alone in her room. She started drawing to pass her time. She drew everything around her. As days passed, Yoyo began losing her mind and her mentality. What? She lost control of her emotions and was becoming difficult for herself. Yoyo was turning into a mess. Yoyo had so much anger and pain inside her. She wanted to scream very loudly. She hated the world and her life. One day, through her window, Yoyo saw all the kids playing around. She couldn't control herself. She wanted to harm them. Harm them. Okay. 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 Based off what I'm reading at this very moment, this better Trevor, you better not pull a Jeff the Killer, dude. Like we all know how horrible the story of Jeff the Killer is, and this better not be like that, bro. So she pulled out a drawing of her own. It was a drawing of a bear, a yellow bear. Yoyo used it as a face mask and stormed out of her room. She went downstairs, yelled at the kids like a bear. She wanted to scare them. At first, they didn't give much attention to her yelling. But within no time, Yoyo picked up a knife. We all know where this is going, dude. We all know what's going to be the outcome of this, and ran towards the kids. The kids screamed and ran away. Yoyo didn't leave it there. She followed each one of each. Okay, let me tell you something, dude. How much, like, how bitter do you have to be to like just like kill people because they're happy? Like I understand it. I sympathize. I sympathize with sympathize. Oh my gosh. Oh my days. How do I pronounce it? Sympathize with her because I went through that stuff. Okay. I Sympathize. Wow. Okay, that's the brain damage coming in. I sympathize with her because I went through that as a kid. Okay, but like, it gets to a point sometimes, dude. Like, how bitter do you have to be to like off somebody for being happy? Like, it gets to a point sometimes. Like, all you could do is tell your parents about it, man. Like, just approach your parents about it. I know you feel isolated, but like, just communicate. Like, and I guess you could also blame her parents for this because they're mostly at work. And yeah, it's kind of not. It's kind of also their fault for like neglecting their kid. She followed each one of them and killed them. Yes, she murdered all of them. This is a Jeff the Killer story, dude. Oh my days. All of the kids were brutally murdered after this. Murdered. After this, Yoyo was not human anymore. Her bare face became permanent and she covered her hands from inside her dress. After this, Yoyo was now nicknamed Cartoon Girl. She ran away from her place. No one could find her. Yoyo roamed all around the places where she saw kids. She'll watch them play and get angry again. And out of nowhere, the kids will be attacked and killed by her. She hates kids. She does not want each kid to be happy in the earth. What? Okay. Just by that sentence alone, kid to be happy in the earth. In the earth. Trevor, get over here, dude. We gotta talk. Did you by any chance make this story when you were younger? No. I'm not judging you, brother. I'm not judging you. I'm just asking, okay? Because this is giving a story that you wrote when you were younger, okay? Did you wrote this thing when you were younger? Because I wrote this in the same way. I've noticed kindergartners write stories in the same way. Did you write it when you were younger? Be honest. Like, did you actually did? Because this is giving something that you wrote as a kid and you later like turned it into much more lore. I don't know if there's more lore after this story, but let's continue. Yoyo feels like her right to be happy as a kid was snatched away from her, and her friends didn't help her in any way to make her feel better. Yoyo believes that no kid in this world deserves to live happy because her childhood was not good. Okay, but like, by that philosophy, dude, like, by that philosophy, if somebody else didn't experience a good childhood and you did, then nobody should. So it's kind of contradicting in a way, but like, at the end of the day, this is a kid that got traumatized and basically like went through some stuff that no kid should have, and I understand why she views it like that. I mean, she probably is older by now in the story, but like, your mind kind of stays the same after like such events. So I understand to be dead. If she sees kids but with their parents, Yoyo will lure the kids, showing them candy and take them away from their parents, and then she'll kill them. Yoyo will not eat the kids. She kills them only to satisfy her anger. Yoyo is never seen eating food or drinking water. How she survives is unknown. It is believed that even though Yoyo is a devil. What? Deep inside her, she had a part of her innocent life, and she felt guilty for killing her friends. This is the reason why she hides her hands. There's nothing else? Okay. Okay. What do I have to say about this, dude? Um, Trevor, you definitely wrote this during when you were a kid, dude. Definitely, dude. Like, brother, the way that this story is structured and the way that some phrases are said, like, this is something that a 7-year-old would write. Did you write this when you were 7, Trevor? Like, did you actually did, or maybe you just have poor writing? I'm not judging. I'm not judging. You probably have good writing, dude. But like, it's either that or you wrote this when you were a kid. Okay, I think you wrote this when you were a kid. Okay, and where am I gonna put this? Honestly, dude. Um, Brody. Um, oh my gosh, bro. Uh, Brody. It's hard to rank it because on one hand, Where am I gonna put this, man? Like honestly, dude. Like it. You know what? You know what? Uh, I'll put it. I'll put it at the top of nice. I'll put it at the top of nice. I think that's fair placement. It's not lame because it does have an origin story that kind of makes sense. But at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense at all. Like, brother, it sounds like the story of Jeff the Killer. Brother, search up the story of Jeff the Killer, dude. Like, that story was bonds, bro. It was bonds. Like, it was so bad, bro. I'm like, yeah, bro. I'm just putting. Oh my gosh, that's probably a hot take by now. Somebody's gonna flame me, dude. And that will be Volume 8 of the Trevor Henderson Monster Tier List. And I enjoyed this one. I enjoyed this one. It was pretty fun. Uh, First three monsters, they were pretty good. Yoyo, I could say more or less. And yeah, I'll fulfill my promise. I'll make more videos over this break, and we'll see and we'll see, I guess, where we can like go to. Hopefully we can finish this like series, because I do want to talk about like other things, like mostly like combat sports related stuff and other media like SCPs. I will talk about those stuff, I promise I will, but for now we just need to finish the series as soon as possible, dude. And with all that out of the way, I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios, God bless.